Good morning, motor cars. It is Friday the 15th, tax day, a beautiful day other than that. I hope you have all your taxes done. I hope everybody's getting tons of money back. Anniversaries this weekend, we have Alan Smith, who's a Toyota Lube Tech. And let's see, birthdays also today, Joshua Casson, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, who is also a Toyota Lube Tech. I also wanted to let you guys know that we have an opening right now in the BDC. I'm looking for somebody for the service team specifically to work nights and weekends. So if you know anybody that would be a good fit, especially if you know somebody that has call center experience, I would love to chat with them. Please have them send a resume my way down at the call center. One of the things that's happened in the past couple weeks and back in January was we had a consultant come out named George Wilson. George Wilson is kind of a famous guy in the industry. He's one of the people that came up with the Toyota Care program. And he's had quite a few other experiences in his life, and he's very, very knowledgeable about our industry and the trends and so on that affect it. One of the things he talked about is something that I've actually heard in other industries as well, having to do with how customers should be treated. And one of the things he said over and over again was, don't treat people how you want to be treated, treat them how they want to be treated. And one of the things he gave as an example was, if somebody wants to be communicated with via email, then don't constantly ask them for their phone number. If that's the way they want to be communicated to, then communicate with them that way. And that's something that we're going to try and spread across the organization, whether it's texting customers, whether it's sending them email notices, whether it's sending them newsletters and so on, communicating with them in the way that they want to be communicated with and in the style that they want to be communicated with. And that has to do with constantly putting the customer in the driver's seat and letting them make the decision rather than steering them in a particular direction, because they'll actually come away with a better feeling about things. Like, for example, when it comes to recommending services, if there's a service that can wait and there's another service that's more pressing, saying to the customer, you could do this service now, or you could do this one a little bit later, you could do this one now or it's a little bit later, which would you prefer? And constantly giving them the choice, and then checking back with them constantly throughout the demonstration if you're taking a customer out to see a new vehicle, or during the actual service process if you're in the drive line, but constantly getting reaffirmation from the customer that you're doing things the way that they want them done. There's a really good example of a way not to do this that's actually one of my favorite comedy teams, a team called Little Britain. If you go on YouTube and look up Computer Says No and just watch the first video that's under that, you'll see an example of exactly the opposite of what we want to do here. So anytime we run into a situation where we're dealing with a customer and it's something that we wouldn't necessarily do, don't say no to the customer. Say, we can do this or we can do this. Which would you prefer? And that's good advice to follow as far as dealing with customers and making sure that we're treating them the way that they want to be treated. Have a good weekend, motor cars.